Please.
Let me just comment on that. I see it as an opportunity for two groups. One is the youth, and two is also for civil society, non-state actors. The youth, we are told during the recent census that we form a huge population of our current nation. Now that our opposition has now come into government, we as a youth, we need to take this opportunity to hold them up to high standards of accountability and professionalism to ensure that they use our resources for our benefit and not for their benefit. Non-state actors and civil society now takes up that role of checking. They check the government, they check what they're doing, they check their finances. Yes, you say it is a greater risk, but I see it as a good opportunity for us to hold people to account. Yes.
All right. And still on the same then, the president of the Kenya School of Law talks about how a campaign should shape up out of this. And given how young people can mobilize the energy we have seen on the streets against the finance bill, though it was a whole Kenya approach which had said no to the punitive tax measures that were contained in the bill that was rejected. How can they turn this opportunity now? How can they create the lemonade here, given what we are witnessing as the more or less selfish display of the common interest that binds the political class, and given that there's an opportunity where they can register as voters, which they haven't as required in the last time, where they can vote, which they haven't done because 8 million young Kenyans, a majority of them stayed out of the polls, and they have right to do so because we're in a democracy. Yes. How can they focus on these two areas, which are very grey, and if well exploited, can be the source of change in the country?
I believe not all is lost because we still have Chapter 6 on leadership and integrity of our current leaders that are in place. But as my sister had mentioned, it all starts at the ballot. And this is where we need to have campaigns around the country, ensuring that our youth register, take IDs. Recently this week we had the government complain that they have very many IDs that are lying in their offices because people have not collected them. We need to ensure that these IDs get to the people at the ground so that 2027, when we get to elections, we have the opportunity to choose leaders who uphold the Chapter 6 of our Constitution, who do not have issues of graft or impunity or nepotism. We elect people who will serve the people. Yes, I like the piece you did on the former Samburu governor. Yeah. This is a huge decision that will affect and also cause deterrence to our leaders. That if you do something of impunity, then there's a watchdog called EACC that will watch you and will hold you to account.